is Gonzy. This is the initial screen. I don't know what it's going to look like when you log in, but this account is similar to yours. It says sales member, and you can put your picture in here. But to get to the meat of it, go back to the dashboard. When you get to the dashboard, you are going to click on pipelines. From the pipelines, I would have told you which pipeline to focus on, and you will only be able to see the things that have been assigned to you. So if I am in Elsa's pipeline, right, and I'm fake Elsa, I'm not gonna be able to see anything because I made the permissions for everyone to have sales members just because it's easier. And I was including office phone numbers versus personal phone numbers, but the personal phone numbers are not working. So they're all just gonna be office, and you're going to select by profession, niche, and location. And this is going to match the website. That I'm just now setting up those algorithms. Okay, so let's say that I'm gonna go to, let's say that I picked the one that I was assigned. Let's pretend that this was the one I was assigned. To get to the information, I click on the bottom of the card right here, that highlighted blue. Okay, there is not going to be anybody's info here because of the way that I'm getting these out of Google. They are in Google Maps, and what I'm going to do next is I am going to use my own phone to dial this phone number right here. Okay, if they tell me to go ahead and email them, it's easier for me to do the screencast. If you can please put a note in here, add note, and say so and so answered, said to email blah blah at email.com. Okay, because until we know the data on which campaigns to use in what way, and until there's enough volume in any of them to even create that, there is not yet the big need for it. So as that gets developed, this will be automated and it'll be easier, but right now it's not. So yeah, if you can just make the note, and if you don't worry about filling this stuff out, because I know where to go back to Google and look for it. And then when you go to here, transfer deal, okay, you go back to the same pipeline you came from. This one was in the 6 steps. And because they said, go ahead and email me, then I would say screencast, okay? So then now it's gonna get transferred when I go over here. So see, you'll see the green box here that says success. Don't click on go to pipeline because this will take you out of the pipeline you're in for the moment. Click the back button on your browser. You're back in your pipeline that you were in, and then you can see the card is moved over here to where it says screencast. And then at the end of the day, I'll go through and see who has a screencast and start collecting data on which ones of these should have the automated videos. If you're in Digital CEO, you saw one of the videos that's not the automated video that's going to go out for the lawyers. I can share that at some point somewhere. As you get screencasts, I will show you more and more of the steps. But you do have to like make sure that you make a sale, like you bring in revenue, right? So you can keep your 40%, but also because setting all this up for individuals is a lot of work. And yeah, this is a profitable company. So you have 14 days as of the day that you get the email on July 24th. You have 14 days to either decide to go ahead and like do something, or like I'll just close out your account. No hard feelings. It's just that it has to be profitable. So if the person says call me back, there is one here that says, it should say, ooh, maybe it doesn't, call back requested. Ooh, I should have put it in here. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm in the wrong. Yours will say this, okay? So the ones that you're going to be using are going to have these steps. They all need to stay the same. At one point I had mentioned to someone, yeah, just add them as you need them. But we need to start keeping them the same because this is automation, like moves really fast, right? So we're trying to automate as much as possible so we can do the fun stuff. So if I'm looking at a deal, right, and they told me, and actually it's easier for me to show you on my account because I know where all of the different steps are. So you won't be able to see other people's accounts. Like I'll have to go in and put them into your pipeline for you to see them, but we'll just use this one for now. So if they, let's say that John Sipes says, no, I'm not interested, we don't at all try to convince them, because that is not our ideal avatar by no means. As soon as the gatekeeper is like, no, we don't need that, drop for whatever reason. If it's a bad phone number, fax number, they say no, just drop them, because there's going to be like the right client that is already excited about this stuff, and that's who we want to be working with. If they don't answer, or they say, can you try back later, right? You can make notes to yourself to either send them a text or to send them an email later. These will have automation, so you don't have to worry about these. I am setting them up. And these, you want to give them a little bit of time before you call them or email them again, or anything, okay? So if they asked you to find them on LinkedIn, there's one for LinkedIn. And you might not have the LinkedIn one. I don't think anybody else does, so I'm just going to remove it from here. I'm just going to get rid of this so that we all have the same ones. Okay, if they say like, yes, please do send me the information, you put them in screencast. That way, when I come and look in here at night, then I can start collecting data on who do we need to make these automated videos for, to make it go easier and faster. So I should be able to click in here and look at the notes. Here's the notes. I can read the notes, and it says to send it to Attorney Enrique. Areli said yes, and that is the email address that I'm supposed to send this to today. Okay, so it's really great when you're able to get the name of the person that said yes. And like I said, don't worry about this stuff right here. I can find it later. And if I am inside of this card and I feel stuck, then just click the back button in the browser. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here you might need. Oh, if you're trying to add a phone number, you can add it right here. You can add more people here, but I think that's going to get confusing, because these were the ones that were, this is the stuff I got out of Google Maps. And if you put an email address in here, I'm not going to know where to go look for it, and it will get automated. We will update all that, but right now just put it in the note please until that whole system is cleaned up more and I figure out a different way to get the right data in from Google Maps, so we don't have to be doing all this, because that's also very time consuming to put the leads in here. Okay, so the other one was, okay, if they're like, oh, I don't even bother, like sign me up today. Okay, like if they tell you that, put them in urgent, sign them up today. They'll have a link anyway, but sometimes they won't know, where to go, or they won't have time, whatever, right? If they're like, please just sign me up, then this is where you put them, and those are very urgent. If you can text me if someone says that, that'd be great. And that will also have automation, but they should also be able to use the links, right? So like if they're like, well, I want to sign up right now, and you don't remember how to do this, then when they go to elpaso.ai, opt in now, sign up now, it's right here. Okay, like they just have to click right here, and it sends them straight to the payment page, and like they'll just be able to pay, and then I'll get that automation, and then you'll get your 40%. So you're responsible for your own taxes, just so we're clear. Like you don't work for me, you work for yourself. You're responsible for your own 1099 or however you're billing your taxes. So you're not an employee of mine, just so that it doesn't get complicated. And yeah, like you're basically a consultant. So you do need an EIN, and you can kind of sort out how to do all that for yourself, because it just depends on how you want to manage that. And if you're not in digital CEO, they do help us a little bit there, but you can find stuff on ChatGPT and on Perplexity and stuff. But anyway, they should be able to fill this out if they want to chit chat or anything like that. Okay, if they're like, well, I want to ask more questions, then they can go to elpaso.ai waitlist over here. Okay, So then they can pay $100 to be added to a wait list. And in 2 months, we can reach back out to them. If they ask like for some kind of more data or more proof, like we have enough, but it's not compiled. And like spending time to give that to somebody when we can have stronger data in 2 months is better time spent. They can pay $100 to be the first to be called when there's data. That they'll just receive a report if they want that. And if they're like, well, I want to talk about it with somebody, right? Then there is the page, I believe it's called consultancy consultation. It's in the email that they get. Consultant, I don't remember what it is. I really don't remember. It's in the email, but I will let you know in the email I send you how they can get a consultation if they're trying to talk about AI or they want to find out more. We're not entertaining those. Those are not ideal avatars. Like, we're not here to educate about AI. It's big only because it's a money grab. It's a very fast moving money grab. So the last Sunday of every month will be a webcast day for lawyers, and probably like the third Sunday of every month will be for doctors, and then the other professions will be the first 2 Sundays of the month at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So the webcasts are a better place for them to bring questions. And if you want to like try to recruit people to teach stuff to as you're learning it here, that's totally acceptable. You can record them and use them for your content, whatever you want to do to help yourself like get positioned to where you're making money off of it, because there's definitely the middle layers, right? So you can definitely help people in that layer. That's where like the layer where they're not yet running a CRM, but they're trying to understand AI. There's so much, it's like such a big pie. There's no limit to what you can offer, or there's no, for me, there's no like stepping on toes. Like, please do go like spread the word, tell your friends. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. I think I have told you everything. Like, the most important things are, all you're trying to do is get them to say yes to receiving the email. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else to it. Hi, I'm Elsa from AI Arc on the West Side. We specialize in automated client email list management and acquisition using custom and creative AI for lawyers in El Paso. Are you actively taking on new clients? Would attorney Lisa be open to watching a quick 90-second demo on how this may be able to help get and keep clients? And it feels like a mouthful. It really does, but it's been working. So I'm thinking about recording it because I'm starting to lose my voice because it's the same thing over and over, and it just feels like so many words, but it's been working. So tweak it as you need. Then that's all you're doing. Like, don't worry about anything else, because there's just not enough of a system in place to be trying to solve for something before we get to that bridge. So yeah, if they say, what your goal is to get them to say yes to receiving an email or a text, right? So you need to capture the email they want it sent to, or if they tell you to send them a text, you can put it, if they say like, can you just send me a text, you can put it in the screencast and put a note there that says send a text. So the thing with the screencast is it's better if they receive it within 60 minutes of them saying yes, because it increases their chance of saying yes to the sale by like 40 to 60% or something ridiculous. However, I don't have any of the prepared stuff for the other professions, but we also don't have any yeses for any of the professions. So I'm not going to make them until there's a yes. In the meantime, I'm just going to focus on lawyers. And the majority of them have not been the actual business owner. It's usually been, someone that's like a secretary or receptionist, and they'll say like, oh, well, you can send it to this and this address, so this and this email address. So the chances that they told their boss, and then they're on the countdown, are slim, in my opinion. It's more like if you talk to the actual business owner and then they say yes to you, it's really important to get it to them right away, because of the numbers that show that makes such a difference. So if that happens, please text me so that we can put together their screencasts like in the moment if we don't have one prepared yet. So the 2 big things are they say no, make sure you drop them, because we don't want to have any liability. Since we are touching AI, there's a lot of regulations. Like, I can't even use some of the video stuff that I want to from Texas. There's so many regulations. So just please put them in the drop for whatever reason column. If they say sign me up right now, direct them to elpaso.ai, and if they're still like, I don't know what to do, then please text me and I'll see them in this column, and then we can make sure that they get signed up. The procedure for what happens after they get signed up, we will put together, because it has to be very customized. Like, so if they get signed up, right, we don't have a form yet, because we need to make sure that whatever they think is a success is very concrete to us with numbers. So one business owner might think that success essentially just means they get more leads. They don't really care about their bottom line. They just want more people through their door, right? But another person might say, well, I want to have more income this year, so the strategy for getting them a different kind of client is completely different than someone that just needs more people coming through their door, right? Or if I want 500 low budget clients that will make me $20,000 versus I want two $10,000 clients that will make me $20,000, very, very different strategies. So that is why it's important to get them to say yes to the screencast, and then after the screencast, we can, before we go into a deep dive with them, we can make sure that we kind of research and then put together something for them. That is the purpose, and that is your opportunity to also make a much bigger killing, because it's not that we're upselling, it's that we're only offering one thing, we're only solving one problem: inbound email list management services. But you don't need to give them any of that information, because it's not static. Like, it might change, right, as the technology evolves, because as I was telling someone else, by tomorrow someone could invent something, and or OpenAI could release something, and everything that we are saying won't be true, and then it'll be a matter of course correcting. So just don't say anything other than, are you open to receiving a 90-second video? And if they start asking questions, say, well, can I just send you this information so that it's easier to just convey it that way or something, right? Just don't let it turn into a conversation. Just get the yes. I would suggest just powering through as many calls as you can. And then that's all. This is already 20 minutes. Sorry it's so long. I need to go to sleep, but that should pretty much cover it. All right. Good luck. 14 days. Thank you so much for wanting to be a part of this. I really appreciate it. And you're here to make your own fortune in your own future, and so am I. And this is you're working with a killer. So it is like yes or no, like yes you closed, or no you didn't, and that's it basically, right? So if you don't have time for it right now in your life, that's okay too. Like, there's no hard feelings. But this is the moving train. It only happens one time in the existence of humanity that such a big leap in technology happens. No, actually there was another section of when another missing link happened. So anyway, good night and Godspeed.